all heavy duty bearings. This particular engine has got one of the big valve phase 4 heads, which is a fully modified cylinder head.
Hey mini enthusiasts, how you doing? Welcome back, and today we're down at Avonbar Racing and we're picking up the engine for the ERA. We have with us Ian Hargreaves of Avonbar Racing, so let's have a look at the engine and we'll talk through the spec.
In terms of bedding it in, once you fire it up, hold it at about 1500 RPM to make sure you get lots of oil circulation around the cam, around the followers and everything else. Leave it for half an hour, 40 minutes, and then come back and torque the head down. Your tapest's are already set. 12th hour inlet, 13th hour exhaust with this.
So here we have the ERA engine, and I can remember when Mark first got the ERA, trying to decide who was going to do the engine, and I think it was my suggestion actually, Mark. I knew Ian of old. I know the stuff you've done with the Metro Challenge turbo cars back in, when was that, mid-80s I suppose? Yeah, I knew if you're going to do a turbo build, there's probably no one better in the UK to come and see that knows it any better than yourself. So yeah, it's kind of an honour, and I actually think it adds to the value of the car to have an engine built by Avonbar rather than just any old engine builder. So we've kind of left you with a free rein on the spec, really. Trying to pick the right components for a turbo engine can be, well, if you're in the know, you're in the know, but if you're not, you can put the wrong bits in there and it can just be a horrible car to drive, loads of turbo lag, not very nice. So the idea with this car was it needs to look completely original, or as near as it can be from the outside, but you know, we're in 2020 now, and I'm sure technology's moved on a lot since the first A-series turbo engines come out, so we kind of left it up to you to pick the best components and match the right bits up to try and get the best out the engine. So it's not about power, it's about how it delivers it and smooth delivery of power. So and I'm more than confident it will be that. But what is the spec then, Ian? What have we got?
Well, on this one we decided to keep it fairly standard bore size. It's 40, which is 1310. We're using the Omega 10cc dish pistons, which is de rigueur for this type of boost on this engine. It's all lightened and balanced. We have an ultralight steel flywheel and backplate on this one. We don't now use anything that's cast on our engines, particularly on the turbos, because of crazing or fatigue in cast iron flywheels, etc, etc. All heavy duty bearings. This particular engine has got one of the big valve phase 4 heads, which is a fully modified cylinder head. I decided to do this rather than do the phase 2 because of the specification you guys wanted. With Mark supplied the carburetor, so we've put a new carb. I've upgraded all the sides in there, changed all the boost pressure. It's got one of my high boost actuators on the side. At the moment we should be around about 10 pounds of boost, and I've just given the quick instruction on how to up that. The gearbox has been fully rebuilt, central oil pickup pipe, cross pin diff, all new bearings and bolt rings. Yeah, absolutely, well, it's the best we can do for this type of specification. It's nice. Really, I think in cosmetic terms, I should have perhaps put a square rocker cover on with my label on it. I kept that as it was. A fully modified electronic dizzy, which is the latest spec on this one, D59. Those ones run for anything to 10 to 14 pounds of boost, and you set the initial ignition timing at, let me just think about this for a minute. I think it's 8 degrees at 1500 RPM on that one, and Mark has now got a nice set of NGK plugs to run with that once it's bedded in, which are the B7 ECSs. That's pretty much it, guys. And it's got one of my phase 1 cams in it, not the phase 2. Most of the Metro Turbo boys and the track guys use my Phase 2 cam. But what I wanted with this one, I've dialed the camshaft in slightly differently, so it will have a greater range and a greater rev range than it does with the Phase 2. So it should be, as a road car and occasional display car, yeah, it'll have everything that's necessary.
Excellent. Well, it's kind of going to be a little bit frustrating because it looks absolutely amazing. I can't wait to get it in the car to get it out and give it a drive now. So we've still got lots to do. It's a shell at the moment that's just about to be painted.
It's still a shell.
It's still a shell, yeah.
Oh, no.
And we're waiting on the wiring loom, the body kit. So
when you guys get into a certain position that you've done, and if you'd like me to come down,
yeah,
once you've actually fitted this, with the greatest of pleasure, I'll come down and whatever necessary, you know, just to tweak it and stuff like that.
That would be amazing.
Just let me know. You're not a million miles away.
No, we're not. And the good thing is it's in a shell now, but we've done a few builds before and it'll be in a shell now and finished in probably 2 months' time.
The plan is London to Brighton is when it's due to be finished for.
Good.
We're just waiting on the body kit really. That's the major sticking point at the moment.
Any trick bits in the suspension, or any trick bits you're going to do with it?
I'm uprating the brakes to the Mini Sport vented and grooved discs,
Yeah.
4-pot calipers. I mean, it had 4-pot calipers anyway, but other than that, the standard Coney shocks.
Right. Oh, lovely. Good.
I am replacing everything.
Yeah.
Because the car itself has done 265,000 miles. So there's probably a lot of fatigue and stuff.
Yeah.
But I am trying to keep everything as original as possible that I can.
Yeah, I mean, things like brake hoses and stuff, I'm going to put braided on.
Yeah.
I've got a new set of the original brake hoses, just in case I do sell it, for the purists. But yeah, I don't want to change too much. It's a rare car, it's a nice car.
There's a lot of them in Japan.
Most of them, I think was there 100 built for UK market?
100 UK, 350 Japan, I think. Japanese spec.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Japanese spec ones coming back over.